Hello, everybody, and thank you guys for coming. This is Team Two's final demonstration for the software development final project in partnership with the City of Orlando. My name is Teddy Jones,
And I'm Joseph DeCarlos.
and we will be presenting our capstone project, Orlando Energy One. With 2026 compliance deadlines rapidly approaching, property owners are faced with a major challenge. They need reliable, transparent way to track their energy footprints. We built this application with that in mind. It is a sleek, simple, and highly secure platform that is designed to help property managers effortlessly track their building performance and maintain the strict compliance that is required with the building energy and water efficiency strategy. So we are going to take a look at how we all built on this, but before we do that, we want to take a moment to talk about professional ethics, that drove our entire development process. Building a functional app for us wasn't necessarily just enough; it had to be responsible. So first, we were careful in mind, to mind all major data privacy laws such as the GDPR. That way, we can ensure that users' personal information is respected and protected all the way down to the database level. Secondly, we followed strict industry best practices for both user and property authorization. That what essentially that means is only a user can only modify their property. They cannot modify anybody else's properties. It has to be explicitly their own. Third, while we do recognize that data security is an ethical obligation, we have fortified our system against bad actors and implemented strict data input validations so that users can't accidentally input or intentionally input any faulty data that would break our system or, falsify any energy reports. Finally, we wanted to make sure that our software was inclusive. As you can see here on the screen, we built this platform with the visually impaired in mind. We have accessibilities like light and dark mode. We have scalable text for small, big, and large, or medium and large. And then we have high contrast modes as well. And this was what it looks like, high contrast mode on light and dark.
All right.
Next, Joseph is going to go over the demo, the rest of it.
Yeah. So right now we're on the settings page. Right now I'm just logged into a testing user account that we have that's set up to showcase a user that has a property that has a really good energy score. Since we're on the settings page, we'll talk about that now. We already went over the display settings where we have all of our accessibility settings. We have our help and support tab that doesn't have anything in it just because we don't have those resources. And then we have our sign out button. That brings you back to the login screen. Getting back to the dashboard, here's where the user will be landing every single time they log in. Here we have historical energy trends, performance comparison, overall portfolio score, and energy efficiency score. Here the user can actually just see an overall kind of view of all the data that's implemented within their score and their portfolio. And it also gives, like, our system will also give the users maybe some suggestions on how to get their energy scores to be better, or it can tell them that they're doing a great job like it is currently. In our charts, we also have the ability to go by weekly, monthly, and yearly differences between like how to look at the actual graphs. So here's monthly, weekly doesn't look too different. And then by yearly, it can show you from 2020 all the way to 2025. All right. And then the same thing goes for the performance comparison. They kind of go hand in hand. All right. Last thing on the dashboard page is the export dashboard PDF. What this does is just allows users to have kind of a screenshot of their dashboard for auditing purposes and just to keep track of whatever they need throughout time. So if I were to do this, I will be getting a dashboard report right here. And let me just open it up in Chrome just to give proof of concept. Here. Perfect. And it just gives you basically a screenshot of the entire user dashboard. So like I said, for auditing purposes. Getting into the view portfolio page, this is where users are mainly going to be adding new properties or managing properties that already exist. On this main page right here, we have an overall portfolio score, the same one from the dashboard. And then on this right side, we're going to have all of the properties that is associated with the user. Right now, this user only has one property that has a really good score, but if they were to have more, like I'm going to add in a second, it's going to populate here as well. The first thing I'm going to do is going to use bulk import properties. What this does is it allows users to upload a CSV file so that gives them the ability to add more than one property at once, just in case they have more than one, and then adding it manually would be kind of a pain, right? So here I'm just going to upload a sample test CSV that we have had made for us. Right here you can see data uploaded successfully. And then if we were to refresh the page, you can see that 101 CSV test property and 102 CSV test property are now populated within the view portfolio page. In the dashboard, they are shown here as well, but since they don't have any data in them, it is not going to populate with an actual bar graph yet. Getting back into this page, you are able to either click one of these to change any aspects or attributes about any given property. And you're also able to click this to either do the same thing or to create a property. So for proof of concept, let's create a super quick property. All right, retail. Right, and let's say that's a electricity meter. Let's save that. And then automatically is listed here. Having done all of this, it does talk to Supabase and actually inject all of these inject all of these properties into the properties tab. If they were to have more properties or more attributes about them that had data that goes back a couple of years or something like that, it would also go into performance scores, meters, and meter readings. However, since these are brand new properties that are just now getting added, they're not going to have any data besides being in the properties table. All right. Like I said, we also have the ability to manage properties. So if I were to manage this one and change it just from 101 to 102 CSV test property and save that, not only is it populated here, but in here, let's see, we should now have 102 test properties right here. Perfect. And after that, that is all the features in our website. To make all this possible, though, we utilize Next.js to create a highly responsive component-based front end. We paired that with a robust relational PostgreSQL database hosted on Supabase, like I was showing you through here in our Supabase project. And we utilize row-level security to enforce our privacy standards. Throughout the testing phases, we identified and resolved several critical bugs related to data importing and relational mapping to ensure that this final release is stable, accurate, and fully functional. All files necessary to fully document this project, including our Next.js code base, our Supabase SQL databases and schemas, they've all been packaged for submission. All right. That wraps it up for the website and Orlando Energy One. So thank you for your time. Thank you for watching our demonstration, and thank you for taking your time to watch Orlando Energy One.
Thank you, and have a great day.